Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, and welcome to our detailed breakdown of the brand new for late fall 2011, early 2012 Dainese Razon Leather Jacket. In my opinion, this is one of my favorite jackets that Dainese has come out with in the last 3 years. This is going to be your classically styled, protective and technical enough jacket that you can wear in a myriad of riding styles and it'll look phenomenal on and off the bike. Notice it's a classic style with very subtle branding, and when I'm riding on the street, this is my Ducati Monster behind me here to my left or my right. A lot of times, off the track or out of the adventure touring side of things, I want a jacket that's going to protect me but look really stylish. This is your guy. So right around that $600 mark, you're going to be full cowhide construction with a new ergonomic S1 panel here on the inside of the arms that's going to allow for stretch as well as allow for good breathability. The Razon is coming along to replace the SF. And if we all remember the SF from Dainese, it used to have a lot of reflectivity to it. It had a slightly different line. Sometimes I think the SF wasn't sure what it wanted to be when it grew up because it had certain race elements to it. The Razon said, no, we're going to fit like a leather jacket, but we're going to ventilate really well. We're going to have a thermal component, but we're going to really be rock solid and stylish for the naked bike rider, for the city rider. If we look at some of the nuances here on the front, remember I talked about a main construction in Cowhide. We have a new style venting system from Dainese, and there's a technicality to it. What they've done is they've created a top flap that actually is slightly wider than the bottom flap, and you can see that by the concavity of the way the seam goes. And what happens is when you open it, it vents directly to mesh, but it's going to do a better job of staying open. They've done the same thing with the pockets. We know that when you're wearing a motorcycle jacket, now if your hand's out of, when your hand's out of your glove, it's always easy to find your pocket. But say you're wearing a short cuff glove and you need to get to your keys, get to something in your pocket quickly with your glove on, having this be where as soon as you open it up, that pocket wants to be open versus closed is just a nice creature comfort that adds to the usability of the jacket. Notice it's a basic sport style cuff or collar here, and we do have a leather roll at the top and the back. Double adjustment here through a single snap, and it's the new style Dainese button. This snap here is embossed. It has a Dainese logo on it. Again, finishing touches. You're talking about an Italian company that considers themselves the Armani of motorcycle gear, and I think that that's not very much of a stretch to call them that. Turn towards the side for me, P-Rock. So as we slide down the side from the shoulder, you're going to notice shoulder's got CE removable protection. It's built into this jacket, and when you buy it, but it is completely removable. So if you decide you want to rock this around town when you're not riding, pull the armor and it's just going to look like a really good looking casual leather coat. So moving down, we have the darkened reflectivity underneath a Suede Demon Eye logo. Moving down to his elbow, again, removable CE proprietary Dainese armor at the elbow into the forearm. And if we look at the cuff, again, it's one of the embossed Dainese snaps, which is the new style, and you're going to have a single zipper, and there is a leather gaiter behind it. And that leather gaiter is a nice touch because it allows you to have a little bit more protection and wind blocking, knowing that zippers are a weak point. Turn backwards for me, Patrick. If we look at the back, and again, this speaks to me a little bit because I love sometimes subtlety depending on the riding style if I'm off the track. Single embossed Dainese Demon Eye, a really classically styled back, and then it moves, again, Dainese, you can't keep them down. You move right into a new technical feature. On a race jacket, we might see an S1 panel here for stretch, which is a different kind of material. We also could see an elasticated or bi-elasticated stretch panel, which is one of those big accordions. Dainese has come out with a new feature called Microelastic, and what it is this line to where they've stitched an elastic ability into the actual panel of leather itself. So you're getting less seams and you have elastication. Hit the race position for me, Patrick. And notice that's going to flex with his shoulder blades, but it's the actual panel of leather that has flex built into it without having to do an accordion. It's a bit more protective because it's less seams and it's one single panel of leather, but it's not going to stretch as much as a race jacket, but you don't need it to because, again, this is built for a bit more casual riding style. Coming back to the front, Patrick, spin back around for me, bud. I'm going to get into the guts here a little bit. So let's talk about seasonality. In the summertime, you do have some venting, but it's a non-perforated leather scheme. So in the hottest hot days, 90 plus, it's going to be a little warm even with the vents open. Where this jacket's really going to shine are going to be fall and the spring, where it's a more moderate temperature. But if you want to dip it down, if you're riding into the really colder times of the year, you do have a full-sleeved quilted thermal liner that is going to be sanitized on the inside and does have a quilted collar that wraps all the way around. That's completely removable. So I'm going to go here. YKK zippers throughout, and when I open this bad boy, here's my quilted liner. It's not meant to be worn standalone, but when we open it up, you can see the big mesh backing and our 360 zipper, which comes standard here on the Dainese Razon. So again, lots of bang for the buck. It's around $600. It's classically styled. I'm predicting this will be one of the top-selling leather jackets from Dainese for the next few years, as long as it lives in the lineup. Patrick's wearing a size 50, 5'9", 170 pounds, 40-inch chest, so classic Dainese cut. It's going to be snug where it needs to be. It's going to give you a little room where it doesn't need to be super snug like a race jacket, but it's going to line up correctly with what we see from the normal Dainese size curve, as Patrick's typically a 50 and I'm typically a 52, and it's spot on. If you have any questions about the Razon, where it falls in the lineup compared to something like the Racing, something like the new Newsan, the Delmar, has it kind of mixes and matches with some of the more technical features, shoot us a line. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. As always, use our videos. Watch the side ride, but let us be your expert if you have any further questions before you're ready to make your purchase. We're going to ship it for free. It's over $39. We'll exchange it for free if you get the wrong size. If you don't like it, send it back in brand new condition with the tags. We'll give you 100% back to your card. No restock fees here. And as always, anything over $100 with the Razon certainly is, men's or ladies. And we're going to give you Team Zilla cash towards your next order, which is part of our loyalty program to help you save money in the long run. Thank you for watching our detailed breakdown of the Dainese Razon Leather Jacket, full sleeve thermal liner, available at Dainese or RevZilla.com/Dainese, new for 2011-2012. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.